Hello, Stampin' friends, and welcome. This is Dee Osburn, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we're going to make this super cute, masculine card. It can be for birthday or Father's Day just passed, and so that it would have been a good card for that. But any kind of birthday or retirement or anything, and it's a masculine card because it doesn't have to be a masculine card, but he's a rooster, and it comes from the Hey Chuck set, which I I think is just the cutest thing ever. That's the stamp we're using today, but there are also these guys, which are adorable. You can put him on a skateboard. You've got You Rule the Roost, Rise and Shine, It's Your Birthday, and you've got something to crow about. And then there's a fence in there too, and a birthday cake. So super cute stamp set. And we're going to use this guy. And we're going to use the Rise and Shine, we're going to use It's Your Birthday, and we're going to use the birthday cake to make this card. And with this set, you can get the bundle, and it comes with some dies. And it comes with, it always sticks, dies to cut out, let's look at the stamp set. So, dies to cut out all the roosters. Okay, so you've got the 3 and then the one that we're going to use today. All right, so there's those that cut out the roosters. There's one that cuts out the skateboard, and one that cuts out the fence. There's not, oh, and yes, and there is one that cuts out the birthday cake. We're not going to cut the birthday cake out. We're just going to stamp the birthday cake today. But there's also a die that cuts out a sun, and we're going to use that one. And then there's one that cuts out a weather vane. We're not going to use that one today, but it is part of the set. You could add it as a variation to this card. So there's that. So let's get started. Let me tell you all about how I made this super cute card and what you will need to make it as well. And I will leave a link to all of these things that you need down below in case you don't have them, then you can get them. All right, so the first thing that you're going to need is I used a piece of garden green, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and you fold that in half and give it a nice crisp fold. Okay, then I like to put my inside, but on the inside we're going to stamp it first. It's always easier to stamp it before you glue it in. So we are going to use some Memento Black ink. So let me get that. And we are going to stamp, the Rise and Shine goes on the outside. So we're going to wait to do that. We're going to stamp the birthday cake right at the very top, and then we'll color it. But we're going to stamp it right at the very top. Okay? And then the It's Your Birthday right underneath that. Okay? Now, you will write your message to the person that you're sending it to, obviously, here, okay? So we're going to color this, and I've got a Dark Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend, and we will put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Color the flame, and I like to put a little bit on there like that, because I just kind of like that. I just think that looks good. And then you can decide what color you want your cake. Let's see, I don't know what color I want it. I think I'm going to give it some blue, dark balmy blue icing. I don't know. Is that like a cake color? I don't see why not. I mean, right? You can Make icing any color you want. And I think I'm going to make it a chocolate cake. Okay. I like chocolate cake. I think that's what I'm going to make this. So this color here is, let me look, this is one of the tones, and it's the 400. I don't think you can see that clearly right there. It's probably blurry, but anyway, it's the 400. And then I'm going to give it a red. This is Dark Sweet Sorbet Candle. There. Super cute. Okay, so now I'm going to glue that to the inside. Okay, get my glue. Ah, my glue's stuck. Put just a little bit of glue on there and put that on the inside. Okay. All right. And then we're going to use some Designer Series paper. We are using Day at the Farm. Okay, this is a whole pack of like farm themed paper. Okay, it was in the mini, I believe. And we are going to use, we're going to start with a piece with all the different farm animals on it. And this is cut at 5.5 by 4. And we're going to glue that down. Glue that on the front. That's our first piece that goes on the top. And you're going to glue it so that you have just a little edge on both sides. Okay? Just a little peeking out, little green peeking out there. Okay? And it goes all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top. But on the edge you have a little border. Okay? Then in the same pack, it's the opposite side of the geese and chickies and chickens and chickies and the windmill. There's this chicken wire. And this is cut at 5.5 by 2 3/4. And we're going to glue that on top of this. And nothing's popped up yet. Okay, will pop up at the end. Okay, and you're just going to center that on top. Okay, just center that on top. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we have these 3 layers done. So then you're going to take a piece of white, and this is cut, let's see, this is cut at 3 3/4 by 2.5, and we're gonna stamp on this. Okay, so we're gonna stamp the fence. Okay, and here's the fence stamp, and we're gonna stamp it in Memento Black, and you're just gonna stamp it so that, you know, I mean, it's not too high. As you can see, it's not too high on this piece, okay, because it's a fence. And you're going to stamp it like that. And then you're going to stamp it. Try to connect it. It's okay if it doesn't exactly connect. Because it's just okay. It'll work out. It's fine. And try and stamp it straight. This fence is a little going downhill, but that's okay. It's okay if it goes downhill. It really doesn't matter. It's a fence, and it can be, you know, going uphill or it can be going downhill. It doesn't matter. Okay. And then you're going to take a blending brush. Okay, and actually you need 2 of them. I don't know where my other one is, but let's start with this one. And you're going to get some Garden Green, and you're going to get some Daffodil Delight. So let me go get my other blending brush, and I'll get my 2 inks, and then we'll blend. Okay, you're going to get your garden green ink, and you're going to ink up your blending brush just like that, okay? And then you always start outside your paper, because when you place it down, it kind of makes a blob, right? And you don't want that on your project. So you're going to start on the outside and blend gently in, okay? Because that's your grass, okay? There's your grass. Okay, then you're done with that. And so now you're going to get your Daffodil Delight and another blending brush, and you can do the same thing, except this time you're doing the sky. My Daffodil Delight is old and it doesn't want to close. Alright, so I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do my sky. And you don't have to go completely into the center, that's okay. You just want to give it the idea that there's some sunshine going on, okay? And there's that. Then we're going to put that to the side. Okay, for now. We're going to put that to the side for now. We're going to work on our rooster. So you're going to get just a scrap, okay? Just a little scrap, and you're going to bring back your memento. And you're going to get your rooster, and you're going to ink him up, ink up your Hey Chuck, and stamp it down. Okay, oh, I don't like the way that stamp. Let's turn that over and do it again. Okay, let's ink it up real good. Make sure it's really nicely inked. You want a nice image. Don't rush. That's what I did. I rushed it, and then stamp it down. And back up. There we go. Oh, he's so cute. Alright, so clean my stamp and finish. I'm going to use my memento ink one more time, so I'm not going to put it away yet. And then I'm going to bring in a whole bunch of Stampin' Blends, and I'll tell you what I'm using as I go along. Okay? Alright, so I started with his boxer shorts, okay, and I did those in dark balmy blue, and I just lightly colored the shorts, okay. Then I took dark azure afternoon, and I colored the dots. I wanted the dots to stand out. I tried it with some of the other blues, and I just didn't like the way it turned out. And so I liked this. And really, all you have to do is like barely touch this to the paper, and the ink just goes on there beautifully. Okay, so now I'm going to get my dark sweet sorbet, and I'm going to color his feet, and I'm going to color them completely red, okay, just completely red, and up on his ankles a little bit. Then I'm going to take my my dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to pull into that red, and I'm going to just pull it up, blending it, and then at the top it's going to be yellow. So I'm just pulling that red and blending it, and it becomes orange, and it kind of goes up. Okay? Alright, so then I'm going to do the same thing here with his wings and the bottom of his belly. Okay, and maybe just a little bit here on his neck for right now. That's all I'm going to do for right now, because I want my ink to stay, you know, kind of wet so that I can blend it. And then I'm just going to reach in and grab into the red and pull it up. And at first it doesn't seem like it's working, but it will. Okay, it will. So just keep working it. Blending that red, pulling that red in. And you have to be a little bit careful because the black will kind of run a little bit. I see I went outside the line there a little bit. After I let that dry, I can pull that in. And then I'm going to do the same thing here at the bottom of his neck. I'm just kind of scrubbing into that red and blending it up so that it looks kind of orange, you know, red and then orange, and then all the way up to yellow. Okay, and then his head is red, and I mean yellow, and I'm going to put a little bit of yellow right there to start with. I'm going to get my red back, and I'm going to make it his, what do you call this thing? I don't know, not crown, what is it called? I don't know. Anyway, and then I'm going to blend those two together. And like I said, I'm just kind of scrubbing it together and blending it. Okay, and wherever I scrub with the yellow, it kind of turns it orange. I'm noticing that it's bleeding a little bit right there. I don't like that. So just be careful, be very, very careful when you do it, okay? So let's do his tail feathers. I'm gonna go with the red, and I'm just gonna kind of go like this and into wherever I want the red to be. And then I'm going to scrub, I'll turn it, I'm going to scrub and blend. Okay, so scrub and blend. And that's all there is to it, really. I'm scrubbing over the red to make it orange and to blend it. And bringing that yellow into the red. Because yellow and red make orange. And there we go. Okay. Oops, I missed a little tip of his feather right there, didn't I? Okay, now I am going back with the sweet sorbet, and I'm just, this is going to be completely red right there. And then I got some Cajun craze, dark Cajun craze, and that's what I did his eyelids and his beak with. Now, you can color him whatever color you want. He doesn't have to be red and yellow. I've seen blue ones and all kinds of beautiful colors, okay? Now, I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and I'm going to try and go back and maybe clean up a little bit. But I don't want to put too much of this on there because it's just going to bleed the black out again. So I'm going to let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to come back to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a little 1/2-inch strip of the basic white. I'm going to get my Memento Black, and I'm going to stamp the Rise and Shine. Okay. All right. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring in the background. But she is sound asleep. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it like this. And then I'm going to cut it at an angle going the other way on that side. And then that will be my sentiment that's going to go right there. Okay, so I'm going to hang on to that. And while this is still drying, actually I may go ahead and try and take a little bit off here and there. It's not really going to matter, honestly, because it's just so cute and no one's going to notice that. I notice it and I'd like to try and take it off, but I don't want to make it worse. You know what I'm saying? But it seems to be taking it off a little bit. So let that dry, and we're going to cut out our sun. So you're going to take a piece of Daffodil Delight, and you're going to take your die and you're going to cut that out. All right, so let me do that real quick. We'll bring over our cut and emboss. Actually, I'm going to be right back, and I'll go cut this off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I cut this sun, and while I was off camera, I went ahead and cut the rooster. And I'm just going to touch up a couple of little spots because I've almost got it completely touched up. And this is the color lifter, in case you're wondering. And I absolutely love it. It just helps fix all the little boo-boos in your projects. Okay, so we'll let that dry, and we're going to put the sun on. So what I did was I put a little bit of glue on the back of the sun, just in the center, okay? Because you're going to put this all the way up. You don't want the corners sticking out. You're going to push it all the way up so there's no corner, okay? And when you do that, some of the rays are going to match the edge of the paper, and that's a good thing. You want that, okay? Then you're going to turn it over, and you're going to get your snips, and you're just going to cut along the edge of your white paper, okay? You're just going to cut along the edge of your white paper. Okay, and there you have your sun. Okay. Now, before we can put him on there, we have to color our, how cute that is. We have to color our fence. Okay, so I took the 400 and we're just going to color the fence, okay? And I like to do it upside down because that way when I get to the bottom, I don't know, it's just the way I do it. This one doesn't matter because it goes off the page. But I like doing the strokes that way. If you like doing them towards you, doesn't really matter. You can do it either way. Then that's what you do. And then you're just going to connect this fence. Okay? Right? And when you get to the piece of the fence that's not all the way to the edge of the paper, you're just going to give it kind of a ragged bottom. Okay, like that. Just a little bit of a ragged bottom. It doesn't have to be even. See? It doesn't have to be even. That gives it the appearance that it's in the ground. You know, that it's coming up out of the ground and that the grass is kind of growing in front of it. So we're just going to take your time. Don't rush yourself. These blends are so easy to use. It's not a slow process, but take your time so that you don't boo-boo. And just color your fence. I like using both of the edges of this blender pen. Sometimes I like using the other end, but when I have a larger area to do, I like using this end. And if it's a fairly new Stampin' Blend and I haven't been using it for a while, the big end, the tip is nice and pointed, which I really like. I boo-booed right there, so I'm gonna have to take that up. So we'll do that in just a second. After you've used the Stampin' Blends for a while, especially if you let other people use your blends, they tend to mush the end, and I don't like that. Okay, I've got this fence colored, and we're going to take our rooster now, and we're going to put mini dimensionals on the back. Okay, so I've put my mini dimensionals on there already, and I'm ready to pull the backs off. So let's do that. And we're going to place him so that he's not interfering with the sun, and he looks like he's kind of standing on the ground. I just think he's so cute. He makes me giggle every time. And so I'm also going to put some dimensionals on my sentiment, because I'm going to pop it up as well. Okay, take the backs off of it. And so I need to move him over a little bit. I probably should have measured where my sentiment needs to go, because I put him too far over. So let's move him a little bit. Let's just move him over just a hair. Okay, let's put this down so we know where we're going with that. All right, so we are going to move him over just a hair. There we go. Doesn't look, the bottom looks like it's not wanting to stick, so we're going to put a little glue on our underneath side so that that sticks down pretty good. Okay, so now while that's drying, we're going to put some dimensionals on the back, because we're going to pop this whole thing up. And peel those off. I just think this is such a cute card, and I just think that every single one of those chickens is so cute. I want to make a card with all of them. All right, so now you're going to bring your card back over, and you're going to decide where you want this to be. So I kind of think it should be almost halfway. You know, maybe not quite, maybe. And you want to give yourself a little bit of room on both sides. And once you have that spot, you can push it down. Okay? Then we're going to find some bling that you want to use. Any kind of bling works. I don't even remember what I used. I just found some little bling. I have so much bling, and so I just grab something and go 90% of the time. Maybe yellow this time. So this is, what is this one? This is Milky Dots, adhesive back Milky Dots. But you can use anything. You can use pearls or rhinestones, or, you know, like I said, I have this giant basket of bling. And so I just grab something 9/10 of the time, unless I know that there's some particular thing that I want. I just grab whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take one and put it there. Yeah, I like that. And let's put one right there. And we'll put another one right there. There we go. I think he is just adorable. Let me pull it into the screen a little bit better so that you can see it. Let me put my bling away. There we have it. This is from the Hey Chuck set. And this one I made for my husband for Father's Day. And I didn't have a Father's Day stamp, so I just wrote It's Father's Day on the inside. So rise and shine, right? Rise and shine. It's your birthday. Isn't that just adorable? I love it. And you could put any sentiment, you know, obviously you can change any card to suit your occasion or your tastes, but I just love this guy. I think he's adorable, absolutely adorable, adorable. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and watching me put together this Hey Chuck card. I hope I've inspired you to go out and do something with your Hey Chuck set, or if you don't have one, get one and play around with it and have a great time doing it. I hope this brings you joy, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and please do come back and see me. Have a great day.